I wasn't gonna come live this morning, and because I needed to concentrate. I'm going a different route to work. My husband told me earlier that that normal route that I would take was all kinds of messed up. And then, I was thinking about something I heard this morning, and then something I saw last night. I was scrolling through TikTok because I get my hee-haws at TikTok, and someone posted a clip of Mitch McConnell standing up there, and I guess they were asking him some questions, and I don't really think he knew where he was or something. He just seemed really confused, and that's about the second time I've seen that. And it would be easy to kind of like poke a little jab at it, but I was like, it's actually not funny. It's not. I was just like, they need to get that man off the podium. He basically, and I get it. Like, this country is just so messed up that they would rather, you know, slap a suit on this man and have him stand up there at that podium and pretend like he's doing his job versus just letting him rest. Okay. And it got me thinking about, right now, there's just such a lack of knowledge transfer in general in this, or let me rephrase that, a lack of wanting to pass the torch. Last week, I was talking about women's sports, and you got the same women in the WNBA, right? And I get it. They worked hard to get there, but they're not interesting. It's the same group of women. They don't allow for new blood, new energy. They don't allow for new stars to emerge, right? And so there's this culture of wanting to keep the same thing. Well, then you've got like Congress. You've got 500 older people sitting in Congress. Not that old is bad, but you've got the same people who've been doing the same thing for years, the same rhetoric. You're not bringing in fresh ideas. We're not moving anything forward. Really becomes a battle of the ego. They just found a way to continue to fleece the American public really by staying in office. I really do think we should have term limits. I also think that it would help protect us from the Mitch McConnells and the Joe Bidens. Biden can't even walk at the time. Every time I turn around, he's falling off a bike or tripping up stages and carrying on. I mean, I'm like, dude, I need you to get yourself together. I really just feel like it's kind of sad actually, but it's like this culture we have right now of people like not wanting to surrender, not knowing when to stop. We see it in multiple assets. I see it even at work. Depending on which contract I was working, I would just see people who were like as old as Methuselah holding on. And I don't know if it's because they couldn't retire or they just didn't want to retire. And so what happens is in cases like that, when you have people who want to usher in new ideas, more efficiencies and that type of thing, they don't want it, right? Because it threatens their job. Either you learned a new way or it's time to go. So the ones who have fulfillment in other areas of their life, they're good. And then there's those who don't for whatever reasons. Nevertheless, I'm just finding that we're holding on to people. We're holding on to the old. We're holding on to a lot. Like, we are not allowing for new people, new ideas, new anything. We're not. Everyone is just sitting there, just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's getting out of control. It's getting out of control. All I know is Mitch needs to sit down somewhere. He needs to sit down and he needs to take his buddy Joe with him. He should be like, buddy, come on now. Like, they need to go get a tea time somewhere and go get someone to like give him some physical therapy on something. I know Joe's got to be hurting somewhere because every time I turn around, he stays falling on the ground. I'm surprised something is not broken. I mean, between the bike and tripping up and tripping down, I'm trying to tell you, they need to put up some bubble wrap around this man. Anyway, these are just my bold thoughts. Now, look, it's probably not the best thing. What I am saying is, look, you guys have served. You have served your country. Whether we like the way you served, it doesn't matter. You have sir, go sit down somewhere. Like, they are sitting there embarrassing this man, embarrassing like really the whole nation, by especially Mitch. He can't even form sentences at this point, and it's just really embarrassing. Anyway, with that being said, I it would be easy to make like hardcore fun out of him, because I mean it's just like the jokes write themselves. But at the end of the day, I'm like, this is still a whole human being, and I feel like whoever loves him, if somebody loves him, they would say, okay, enough. But clearly, he's not surrounded by people who love him. They're more surrounded. He's surrounded by people who want to protect this so-called idea of something, and they're using him. And it's really unfortunate that they're allowing this man to get up there and continue to make a fool of himself. I know Biden needs to go sit down somewhere. I know that. He's 500 years old. So, all right. I think that's pretty much it for me. Let me know what you think.